I'll introduce you now. Welcome to the When at Work podcast. You're with Julian Leahy, and today I'm joined by Frank Lowe from Sacramento. Welcome to the show, Frank.
Hey, how's everyone doing today?
And Frank's got an MBA, which is a degree that impresses me because it's one of the best business degrees you can get, and you can go anywhere in the world and work if you have an MBA. That's my opinion. And Frank does a lot of marketing for big brands, which is something that not many people would know about. And he does all of the marketing for Deere machinery. Is that right?
John Deere, yeah.
John Deere, yeah. So all those big tractors, which we have them all over the farms here in Australia, and I'm sure all around the world. And I was just, quite interesting. I mean, how do you do the marketing for one of those big companies? And we're going to talk about growth and performance marketing. Over to you, Frank.
Yeah, so currently I work at VML Y&R Commerce as a marketing director for the account team. And our main client is John Deere. What we do with John Deere is we work with a lot of their dealers. They have about 250 dealers in the United States. And what we do for those is we create individual marketing plans for each dealer. So no matter what the dealer size is, if they have $10,000 budget all the way up to $2 million budget, we try to treat all the dealers as if they have $1 million budgets because they like that personal touch and that one-to-one contact with their account people. So right now I have about a team of 9 people that report to me. And what I do is I work with each of those folks individually to see what their dealers are looking at, what they need for marketing plans, and how we could best give a good strategy to those dealers. We do things like website development, SEO development, direct mail, traditional media as well with email campaigns, radio, television. We also do digital for SEM, social display. You name it, we pretty much do it. And we also do a lot of reporting analytics, which is where I come in more so. My background is in the data analytics department. I've worked at Kaiser Permanente for a few years. I worked at Blue Shield of California for a few years. Kern, which is another marketing agency, part of the Omnicom group, for over a year. And also worked at Funding Circle, which was an online lender, for over a year. So all these companies have helped me learn more about growth as well as performance marketing. The different components in that, and those underlying things that people tend to forget about.
Now, how does it work? So with working with John Deere, is it similar to car dealerships? So you work with John Deere head office, or do you just go straight out to all the dealerships? Like, who do you work with mostly? Like, who do you talk to? Do you talk to head office?
Yeah, we do actually. We meet with the head office about once a week.
Okay.
And then we also meet with the dealers, depending on whatever cadence they prefer to meet with. We meet with both sides of the house.
And who's the biggest John Deere dealership in the US?
That's a tough one. So I would say there's one named AgPro that's pretty large. Another one called Land Pro.
Where's that one?
AgPro is all over. They have offices in all over Texas. They have offices, pretty much all over the U.S. They have offices. And then there's also another one
Do you have to
Land
travel?
Pro, offices all over as well. I'm going to pretty soon, yes. I started this role in February, so I haven't had a chance to travel yet. But actually, next month, I'm going to one of our other large dealers, TELUS, located in Texas.
Okay, Texas. Yeah, that'll be different down there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it'd be good. Yeah. Lots of cow farming down there, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
And so tell us about some of this data, stuff that you are coming up with for people, and how are you measuring what you're doing? How are you showing that what SEO is working? What sort of analytics are you into?
Yeah, so we do a variety of things with the data. We work with our clients in measuring things through Google Analytics, like location reporting, to see what mediums are working best for different locations. If you're a dealership that has, let's say, 26 locations, that's a really different number, but 26 locations or so. And then you want to see how a location in Chicago is performing versus a different part of Illinois. What we'll do is look at how the marketing mediums, which is going to be like direct mail, email, Facebook. Those different things are considered mediums in GA. Look at how those different things are performing for each individual region of Chicago. Then we could tell you is which kind of marketing strategy to use best. Looking at performance, we look at things like requesting a quote, buying online, form submissions, all those different kind of events, and goal tags as well. So then with that information, we're able to say, well, in Chicago, a lot of people are coming to you through paid search, but in other areas, more people are responding through direct mail. Then we craft a marketing plan for you based on that. And then we take that, we do that across pretty much all of our dealers. So some dealers might have multi-channel marketing strategies, whereas others might focus heavily on just social or just paid search.
Is there any particular one that's not working as good anymore, or is there one that seems to be improving? In terms of the mixes, like some people are reporting Facebook is dying off for them. Which is working best for you right now?
Yeah, so what's interesting is, once again, it depends on the dealers, but what we do realize is organic search is one of our best things because we do a lot of SEO work for our dealers. So in looking at how our SEO performs, we're able to see the top keywords, and we factor in seasonality for it. With John Deere, farming and construction work, which is another side of John Deere, is very seasonal based. So looking at those trends, we're able to say, let's use these 15 or 20 main keywords this month. And then next month, we see year over year, these things trend differently. Like 1 month, it might be excavators. Next month might be skid steers. 1 month might be riding lawnmowers, which is riding lawn equipment. Another month might be large agricultural equipment. So just look at those different trends. We're able to see which month to use what for organic and SEO performance. And that's what helps our SEO be our top performer. Followed by referral. We do a lot of backlinking as well.
How do you go about getting backlinks for this stuff?
Yeah, so we have a media team that works with different websites and different publications to work with getting different things out there. So if we're doing an event for a specific dealership, our press team might work with local media and get those things for the event set up on different websites to push people back to that dealership that's having the event. We also even track walk-in traffic in a sense. So we try to track walk-ins. It's a little difficult because not everyone gets the information input into the system. But we try to work with some dealers who have CRMs to give us that information to let us know this many people came into the store today, or this many people came to the dealership asking questions, or look for directions online.
Interesting. And where do you see things going? What's happening in the future of this industry? Is there any changes that you're noticing?
Yeah, so right now there's a large equipment shortage for most agricultural and construction companies. So what's more happening is prepping for when things go back on track or get back on track. And then also small things like revamping websites is really important. A lot of companies in this particular industry don't really focus as much on that, because the concept is if they want it, they'll just come to the store and look for it, or things like that. It's more face-to-face contact that works in this industry because people want to come and feel and touch the equipment and kind of play around with it and sit on it, kind of sample those things. So one thing that I can see happening in the future is kind of taking it out to people for them to see it and ride it and test it out. I know some dealers are doing small things like that, like they'll deliver things or bring it by if time permits to let potential purchasers test it out and ride it. But that's something I would like to see happen more, and I can see it happening more once the pressure of the pandemic begins to alleviate a little bit. People will become more face-to-face and interacting more on those kind of fronts.
Oh, mate, I'd be interested to hear what the salesman says about driving a harvester down the highway, visit a lead, and then he says, nah, I'm right, thanks, and drive it all back to the dealership.
Yeah, I mean, they have pretty big trucks to carry it, so it works out sometimes.
Oh, they carry it in a truck, of course. Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for coming on, Frank. It was interesting. That's an industry, because I got some knowledge of the car industry, so I was interested to talk to you about that. And some interesting insight into your industry. Thanks for coming on, Frank Lowe.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
And everyone else, thanks for watching. I'll see you very soon on another